Hello friends, welcome back to our second session. Today we will discuss the data type that C supports and one sample program, one or two sample program. So to data type, there are three ways data type can be defined in C. First is basic data type that we will discuss in detail today. Basic data type is nothing but the variable or data that we declare in C, and what all the type of data we can declare, that we will talk in basic data type. Second is derived data type. Derived data type is nothing but the function or subroutine, function name, what all type of name that we can put for the function that we will discuss. It is also like a variable name, but it should have some meaning. So we can, but we should not create the function name with one character or one digit. We will talk in detail about this derived data type later in the course. For now, just I am just giving you the giving you just high level idea information about this type. And then point, and then another is pointer also we can declare. Pointer is a strength of C. It is also like a variable, but it is like a pointer. Name itself says it can point to the address of the variable where it resides in the memory. We will talk in detail. So these are the function name pointer. This thing comes under derived data type. And there another one data type is user defined data type. Means user defined data means you and I can create the data type. Means it is not the standard data type that C supports, the C provides. We can create our own data type. So that is the strength of C. It's a power of C. We can create our own data type, and first we will understand what the significance of what is the importance of creating our own data type, how it becomes the strength of C. We will discuss all of this when we will reach here on this user defined data type. For now, we will focus on basic data type. Okay. So these are the data type that C supports. One is int, then is char, then is float. Okay. If for each data type, we will talk four things. What is size, range, means, and size, range, and the indicator that we should use in the printf. Size, range, indicator. Okay. So let's start with C. Int size is how much. Int takes 2 bytes in the memory. That is size. Range means from what value to what value we can assign in int variable. The range is minus 32,768 to plus, or when we don't put sign, it by default it is plus, so we don't have to put sign. 32,600 767, that is the range. And the indicator is %d. What is the meaning of indicator here? Indicator here, I'll give an example to understand it better. Like we know a printf statement, printf function. It is an inbuilt function, means it is inbuilt in C language. We don't have to write the definition by our own. It is already written in print. We only need to use it. When we have to use it, like name itself says print. whenever we want to print something, we want to print any value of the variable, then first of all, before we talk all of this, we should also know what is variable. I think we discussed this in our last session, but let's recap that thing. Variable is vary plus able, means which can vary according to the requirement. Now let's say, so vary in terms of what? Vary in terms of value. Suppose int one, we have a variable called int I, int I or x, anything we can put. X is there. We have a value x is equal to 2. So currently at this moment x is holding value 2. Later on we want to put value 5. Now x is holding value 5. So x is varying, right? So that is why x is called variable, which is varying, changing. Okay, that is about the variable. So what is the type of variable we are discussing? And where we are now? We are on integer. Then we will go to character, and we will also go to float. Okay, so currently we are at integer, and we have talked about how much memory space it takes, what is the range that it can hold. So what is happen, what range means, what means x can hold the value within this range, minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Okay, this is about x variable. Now indicator I will tell you. So for integer we should use %d. Let's suppose we want to print the value of x. So what is the latest value of x? X had value 2 previously. Now x has value 5. So we want to print the value of x, whatever the value it is. Okay. So %d that is for integer, that we have to put in double quotes. Printf is a name itself, printing, and f stands for function. It's a printf function which is already defined. It's inbuilt function of C. We can use it for our own purpose. So our purpose is what? We want to print the value of x. So we want to print the value of x. To do that, to print the value of x, we have to use this function printf. So printf function, it takes two arguments. One, the type of data that you want it to print. So our type of data is integer. For integer, it is %d. All right, it's already defined. So we have to use it like that. So it's like if you don't use it, if you don't follow the syntax or the sequence, then it won't work, or maybe it will give also error. We'll talk about all this later. So %d, that is the first parameter. Second is variable. We just have to write as it is, x, and it will print. And then we have to put semicolon, so delimiter. That's it. It will print the value of x. Okay. So that is about integer. In integer, we can also write a long integer. Okay, long integer means how we can write is long, just long. So like we have declared the variable int, and similarly we can also declare the variable long x. So name also you can understand that it is long. So it will take more space in the memory. It will have bigger range than integer, right? So how much memory space it takes? Okay, so it takes 2 bytes. Okay, so x will take for int is taken in 2 bytes. Long is it takes 4 bytes. Okay, so x will take how many bytes? 4 bytes. Okay, long 4 bytes. Now let's talk about the range. Range is its range is much bigger than, its range is -2, 1, 47483648. 2, same value, just one is one lesser, like this one. You can see that minus 32 and 7 one lesser, same value in plus sign, one lesser. Okay, that's it. Now indicator. Indicator is percent LD. Like D is for integer and it's D is for integer and L is for long. So that's how it becomes percent LD. I hope it is clear. Okay. Then we have character. Character is, now you may ask this question. So when long, we have the option to use long as a variable type, and it is having more bigger range than integer. Why not to use long straight away instead of using integer int? Then the answer is, although it takes more space in the memory, and so answer lies in the question itself, because it takes more memory in the space. So it impacts the speed of program execution. It can slow down the speed of program execution. So that is the reason why we should use this variable type when it is needed. And when it is not needed, if you see that, if you foresee that the variable that we are going to use in our program, that variable is not likely to hold the value bigger than this one, plus 32,767, then we should not try to use this type. But if you see that there may be situation, or there may be a need to hold the value until this range, bigger than this, and lower or equal, less than or equal to this, then we can go for this variable type long. Okay. Character is, it takes, like int takes 2 bytes, character takes 1 byte. Okay, 1 byte. And what is its range in number? Okay, is in number it is, since you can also understand it like this, because it takes only 1 byte in the memory. So it holds the value in between minus 128 to plus excuse me, plus 127. We don't need to write the sign 127. Now you can ask this question, when it is character, what is the need to write the range in a number or digit way? Let me tell you. Core character is character, like A, B, C, D, these are all characters. Okay, and we are going to use the variable for that purpose only, to hold the character type value only. Plus internally, system converts a character into ASCII value. Okay, ASCII value, because for every character we use anywhere in the program or anywhere in computer, internally it gets converted to ASCII value, and ASCII value is number. So system convert that character to number, and accordingly, accordingly it is used internally. Okay, so in number, in so that's why the value we are seeing here, whether it is integer or character, value we are seeing in the form of number, because internally that is what is used internally by the computer. Okay, so it takes 1 byte, that is about the memory space, that is its range. And now indicator that we use to indicate in the printf, when we will use the printf statement. So printf, let's suppose we have a variable called char char p, and then we put p is equal to, in single quotes we have put c. Now we want to print the value of p. So this line will execute, will produce the value of p, and what is the value that p is holding is c. So it will print c. That's it. So let me tell you one more thing about the printf. Although we are going to discuss in detail about printf and the function, arguments, parameter, output, everything. So I think I have covered this, but in case I have missed it, then let me tell you. It takes two arguments. One is the type indicator, and second is the variable name. I think I have covered. Yeah. So this is about character. We will also talk about the big brother of character is a string. Means you can see here character p is variable p is holding value c. If you want to store word, it's just one character. If you want to store word, the word is like a string, the sequence of character. So for that for that we will need to declare array, but when we will understand it when we will discuss array, then array is used for number and character both, so we will cover both the things together. Then now another thing we have is float. Float is for decimal value. Floats also takes longer than integer. How much memory it takes? It takes 4 bytes. Float x 4 bytes, and it takes 4 bytes. Second thing, it's range. Range is how much? What is the range of the float variable? Is much bigger range. Is 3.3 decimal 4 e dash 38 to 3.4 e plus 38. Okay, this much value it can hold. And what is the indicator that we should use when we want to print, or anywhere when we need to put the indicator? The indicator is %f. So what it means is it contains decimal number. Okay, so like float variable we have x, which takes 4 bytes. Okay, so we can put x is equal to 9.85. Okay, and if you want to print this value, we can use like this, like we have done for integer and character. Printf %f, then x. What this line will do, when we will execute this line, it will print the value 9.85. I hope you have understood. These are about the variable type. Int, long, character, float. Then also we also have float double, means it's a big brother of float. Alright, so then long double also we can have. This is about data type. Then we will write one sample program. Okay, I think in the last session we discussed about the structure. So first line should be load studio dot h. Excuse me. So here you can see stdio.h. std stands for standard and io stands for input output. So this is a header file. What is the use of a header file? We will discuss. So a header file is that it is contains the library of the all the function. Okay, like printf we are using. So we need to indicate to the compiler that printf function we are going to use, which is defined in this header file, because there are many header files we will come across. So before we use that function of the particular header file, we should put that header file in our declaration, that these are the functions that we are going to use from this header file. If we don't declare it, system will not be able to understand the where this function is written, and it may give error, or it will interrupt the execution of the program. Okay, so like name it standard input output. So printf is a tuple displaying the output. So that printf function is written in this header file. Then we have main function. And here open the program and close the program. Okay, so here we can write printf and we can declare the variable here int x. We are storing some value, so 5 printf percent d x when we will execute this program, it will display value 5. Okay, this is a simple program. Here we have declared the variable, then we are assigning value into the variable, and then we are printing that value variable. So I hope it has made some sense. So we will talk next thing in about the C language in our next session. For till then, take care. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for watching.